Alright, what's good? It's your boy Tweak Sneaks, bringing you guys another video. Haven't been around for about a week. We're back at it. Y'all already know what's good. We cooking, we eating, we making that money. No, but legitly, this video about proxies and what proxies I use. And then I've had some questions on billing profiles, so I'll tell you how that's worked. I actually have been able to purchase multiple orders to the same address. Once again, it is at your discretion, but this is what I do. That's how I use it. Let's get started with the proxies. First, cop proxies. On Twitter, in groups, they've been... Some people like them, some people don't. I personally like the way their system runs. I don't really look into who's selling them, because that's what people have had problems with. Everything's legit, just the people, they don't like each other, so they bash each other. But cop proxies has been working for me. Worked on the undefeated release. Have worked for all Supreme releases besides one. Once again, they're not perfect, but the reason I really like them is you purchase data for a month, let's say 2 gigabytes, which comes out to like 50 USD. And for that month, you have 2 gigabyte of, I guess, running the proxies. I don't really know how it works, I'll be honest. But I've ran throughout the whole month, and I used maybe a gig, and I run hella tasks on all releases. And they work with every bot, which is nice, and they rotate, so they're basically unbannable. Like, I could start my Supreme tasks 10 minutes early, and my proxies won't get banned, which is really nice. I mean, you don't need to ever start your tasks 10 minutes early, but I'm just saying they're nice throughout the whole release. So that's cop proxies. I do have a discount code, Tweaks Sneaks, couple bucks off. If more people do use this and like it, like how their proxies work, I will try to get a 10%, maybe 15% discount going. But since I just started with them, trying to get people their service, they're only giving me 5%. Once again, I am recommending them because I personally use them. I'll show you in TaskBot. Their endpoints are all in my proxies. Go ahead, copy that. It's going to give you no good because you need a password and username. But that's that. Cop proxies. Number 2 on the market, which I've never used yet, but I have heard good things about them. The only thing we do have related is we're both from Chicago. But they're also residential proxies. They claim to work on all sites. They've been doing really good in testing and on Supreme drops. They've been eating Shopify, doing really good. But once again, this isn't an unlimited type of deal. It's a pay per proxy per release. So it is going to cost you more, but they have had really good service recently. I will probably go with them on a easy release. Those are the two I really so far know about. There's a shit ton. Like, you go right here, Proxy Strike, supposedly they're decent. There's a ton of proxies, but this is what I use, cop proxies. Shy cooked proxies is what I'm going to use in the future. I'm going to try. But once again, on a easy drop, I usually have 3 to 4 different providers just in case one goes down. My bot's still loaded with proxies that are working. So that's that for proxies. If you want cop proxies, check them out. Tweak Sneaks discount code. If you want any more information, let me know. That's not bad. Those are my proxies. That's all I use. Next, billing profiles. I'm going to give you a quick way to order more pairs to the same address. So what you're going to need first is a different credit card per transaction. The way you're going to do that is either you got a lot of cards, you could borrow family's cards, or you could use a service like Privacy, which isn't 100% reliable. That's why I wouldn't go with that for number 1 unless that's your last option. Or subscribe to a credit card like Final. Final is great because Final credit card. Get Final. What they do is actually you in your account you can issue a brand new card per transaction. So you could issue a new card, run it on a release, and then cancel that credit card number. or they issue new numbers, and with those numbers you could use a random name and address, which is nice too. But the way you're gonna jig, or whatever you want to say, whatever, fuck it, get more issues to the same address without cancels, is you're gonna change your address up a little bit. Let's say your address is 123.4 South Main Street, Topanga Hills, CA. I don't even know the zip code, but 544. Let's just say that's a zip. So, and let's say the name is Bobby Miller. So what you're gonna do, that's gonna be one test. That's your original. Next test, you're gonna want to go Bob Miller 1234 South Main Street, Topanga Hills, CA 54. And then next test, you're gonna want to go 1234, maybe South Main Street, and then copy that. And next one, you're gonna want to go this, maybe this. And then for the address 2, you're gonna want to put apartment 1. It doesn't matter if you're living in a house. This part though, if you are living in an apartment, you're kind of fucked because you don't want it shipping to the wrong apartment. But if you're in a house and this is a house address, you could put apartment. They'll drop it off at your door. Trust me, I know. And then this right there, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 addresses right there. Usually on site, Undefeated was really strict. They canceled every order that was a multiple of the same address and same name. So some credit cards, mostly credit cards, debit cards won't go through, but for credit cards you could put down a random name normally if you're safe, or a family member's name, or an abbreviation of your name, maybe Robert Miller if your name's Bobby, whatever. It doesn't matter. You just want to switch up just a little bit. And the way I say that, the reason I say that is because 99% of websites now, they're not checking it with a person. They're checking it with a bot, the verification bot. So what it does, it runs all the addresses. Let's say it's got all these. It's going to notice a slight difference, and it's not going to flag it. Like Supreme especially, they don't run it with person. Adidas, same thing. It's all a bot. If they suspect a multiple, they're going to cancel, and then they'll look into it. But if you have just a little bit of variation, they won't even... Dude, to be honest, I've gotten away with a capital and a lowercase letter. It's just changing a little bit of that address. Not too much where you're not going to be able to find it and they're going to ship it to the wrong place. But if you put something like this, even apartment, instead of that, house 1234, they're not gonna, it's not gonna be a big deal. It's gonna go through. That's about it. If you guys got any questions on proxies or addresses, that's it. I mean, it's pretty simple. Like, it's basically testing. Like, I'm sorry, it's gonna come down to that. You might fail the first time. You might get canceled. Maybe the second time you won't. You know, it's all about trial and error, finding your method. This is what works for me right now. That's it. Tweak Sneak signing off.